Ever since I first popped in that cartridge in my Sega Genesis, Street Fighter has been a big part of my life, especially when my superhero world collided with my video game world.
X-Men versus Street Fighter!
But that's not what we're here for. Chun-Li, my first video game crush. Possibly my first crush ever? No matter how many years pass and new video games release, every iteration of her is so dreamy. Especially when she's drawn by Capcom's legendary artist, especially when it's Akira Akiman Yasuda on the pencils. Which is what makes me super excited for this figure. Max Factory's 1/6 scale figure of Chun-Li based on Akiman's artwork for a pharmacy? More on that later. Spoiler alert though, this figure is gorgeous, but I do have one gripe about it. Fighters, friendly neighborhood Spoon here, and did you know that figures are the same thing as statues? Like same but different, and action figures are the same as figures, only with articulation, and they only call action figures figures even though products like this are marketed as figures? Anyway, this box is super dope though. I was taking a close look at it the other day and they pulled out all stops for the production of this box. For the graphic designer nerds like me, we'll take a look at it a little bit later. But for now, I actually just really want to get the figure out of the box. So let's open it up just now. Opens up from the bottom. Super secure. I'm always scared that the clamshell is gonna open up on the way out and then the figure is gonna get damaged because it gets slammed back in, but nothing to worry about there. Let's set the box aside and let's get this figure out of the blister pack. Let's lay it down so it doesn't just fall out the middle. This is super secure. Oh my god. That's so nerve-wracking. I'm gonna have to remember to clean off the base from fingerprints and everything and dust when I do B-roll. And there she is. She looks incredible. The sculptor absolutely nailed the features of this figure. This is legitimately a one-to-one with Akiman's artwork, from her boots all the way up to the strands in her hair. You can tell the team has an appreciation for this project with how well it's been executed. Let's start with the head sculpt. Let's get it out of the way. She's super freaking cute. Referencing Akiman's original artwork, I can't get over how accurate this figure is. Even with just the little details like the highlights in her hair. The paint application is so impressive. If you look at the colors in her hair and you reference the image, there's highlights that go across of her bangs and there's like a little bit of an iridescence to it, and I love that detail. It just looks incredible. I don't know how they did it, but her face has somewhat of a glow to her, as if she was like photographed with some sort of filter, but it's just the way that it's painted. The camera literally does not do it justice, but I'm gonna do my best with the B-roll and showcasing her properly. Everything is literally just so cute, like her bao or odango hair bun covers, those super cute. I'm just so particularly blown away by the small detail accuracies that this figure has. Speaking of blown away, the single strand of hair and the windswept ribbons with the little bits of gold are done so well. The ribbons from her bao or odango hair covers are flowing literally the exact same way in Akiman's piece. Let's take a second to appreciate a little comparison or side by side with the illustration and the sculpt of this figure. Her outfit also has lots of love put into it. The raised gold detailing is gorgeous, complementing the shades of blue of her kipao. And peep the intricacy of the dragon design along her waistband. Even her signature solid iron spike bracelets are represented perfectly. And of course, I need to bring to your attention the definition of her leg muscles. They're sculpted, defined, but yet so soft and somehow so elegant. Completing her outfit are her combat boots, and the details in the folds and the materials and the laces are done so well. She sits on top of this massive fractured concrete block, which is actually also nicely painted with weathering and damage. The figure also comes with a cute little blue water bottle. She's on break. She needs her hydration. She needs to chill. There's literally one thing that I don't like about this figure, and it's the black circle base. I wish that they would just have placed it on top of more rubble or more rock, but instead we just have a plastic circle base. At least it's glossy and shiny. Anyway, back to more things I do love about the product. The packaging. So at the front of the box, we get a really nice shot of the figure. We get some really cool branding, Chun-Li 1/6 scale. Max Factory branding, Street Fighter Capcom logo, and more of the same at the top of the box, the side of the box, and also on the back of the box, where we get full rotation look of the figure. The design itself is actually really clean, but what impresses me the most is the production of the box itself. They managed to put a ton of printing or production features for you graphic design nerds, like using spot UV and debossing and embossing some of the designs. And they also used some really cool holographic foil gold ink. It's actually so nice and such a nice touch. And I think my favorite part is where you can see that they debossed some parts in the spot UV, just a whole bunch of information. And it was when I was doing research for this figure where I figured out what the possible translations to all of this could be. I was actually looking at a product page for a companion piece to this one, and noticed that in the description of the product, all the English words that are on this block over here matched a ton of English keywords in that description on the page. And that's where I learned that this figure is based on Akiman's artwork for a collaboration between Capcom and the Momochihama Chozai Pharmacy. His artwork was being printed on free medicine notebooks so patients can keep track of all of their pills and all of their prescriptions. Makes me kind of wish that we had such cooler collaborations in Canada like that. Japan is too cool. This is too cool. Too beautiful. And that's all I've got to say about Max Factory's 1/6 scale figure of Oh my god. As I was packing up the figure to put it away after filming this, I just took in that inside the box was a copy of one of the free notebooks that they were giving at the pharmacy. So here's the artwork of the Chun-Li that this figure is based on. And this is the artwork of the companion piece that I was looking at to figure out that this was a collaboration. This is so sick. So your name goes there, I'm assuming. And look, it's literally just a notebook. Just blank pages. This is so rad. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Spoon. I love you, stay spicy, collect all the things, and I'll see you real soon.